Oh, hi, y'all. I guess it's recording. I'm getting the liner pinned down to this crocheted bag. I've been putting it off for days because I'm not good at putting liners in bags, and I have a heck of a hard time with it. I watched some other videos, how to, and I got a good tip from one lady. You turn your bag inside out and put your liner on it that way and sew it down that way, and then you flip it back the right way. It does seem like it'll be easier, I hope. These pins are dull. They need to be sharpened. And I have 2 of those tomato pin cushions, and I don't know where I put them. I mean, all my sewing stuff is it's disorganized in a way, and because I don't have all kinds of fancy shelves and drawers and stuff to put everything in, you know. I just have to put it wherever I can find a place. But anyway, I don't know what I did with them tomato pin cushions, but one of these days I'll come across them. Let's see, I've got the pins put around this thing. Let me put one more over here. I've had some of these pins a long time. I've used them when I pinned down quilts. I'd like to make another quilt, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, here it is. And there's a pocket right there. It's going to be inside of it. Okay. Now, I've got this handle here. I haven't sewed it on this side yet. Because, come here. I'm going to put this liner on the underside of this handle. And that's going to be a challenge. A challenge. But I'm going to go ahead and sew down this other thing first, and then I'll worry about that. But I've been dreaming about my mom a lot lately. I mean, I dream about her and Dad pretty frequently anyway. I had a dream about her last night. It just turned into the weirdest dream. And well, it's because I miss her. You know, I was her least favorite child, so we weren't real close. The only reason we spent any time together at all and was a little bit closer because of me. Yeah, I'm going to take credit for it because she acted like she despised me, but I wanted to have a relationship with her, so I put up with it, and because I loved her and I was hoping that she'd love me back. Well, I did everything in the world for her. I cleaned her house. I drove her. If she wanted to go somewhere, I drove her. A lot of times I went and ran her errands for her. Just whatever she asked me to do, I'd do it. And I knew she was just using me. I knew it for years and years and years. And I could have told her where to get off and just blew her off. But I guess because I loved her, I didn't do that. But It just makes me feel so sad deep inside that my mom didn't hang around and raise me, and she didn't be a mother to me. And I'll never know what it's like to really have a mother, to have grown up with one, to have a mother that really loves you. It's like I got ripped off. And I did, I got ripped off. And I guess the longest day I live in this world is going to bother me. So I wish me and Mom could have really been mother and daughter. And we missed out on so much that we could have had together. And that's always going to bother me. And I can't help it, no matter how old I get. I can't help it. There's a lot of things happen in life that I can't help. Growing up without a mom, I didn't know how to be a mother. So when I had my babies, I loved them, but I didn't know how to take good care of them. I was so afraid I wouldn't take good care of them. I knew I wouldn't have been a good mother to them, because I was needing to be loved so much myself. How was I going to give them the love they needed? And I wouldn't have known what to do if they got sick. I wouldn't have known. So I gave them up for adoption. And they was well taken care of. They had a good chance in life. And I don't think they would have had a good chance in life if I had kept them. That sucks, man, it sucks. See, so I got ripped off again. And I hope it hasn't had any, effects on them, knowing that they was adopted, given up and then adopted. I hope that their childhood was good enough and they was loved enough with those people that it didn't do them lasting heartache like it's done me. My mother abandoned me when I was around 4 years old. You see, after 4 years, I'd had all, first 4 years of my life, I bonded to my mother and loved her. And then poof, she was gone. And I guess she thought, oh, they'll be all right, the kids will be all right. It affected my brothers too. For most of my life, I didn't know it affected them like it did me. But it did, it affected them too. And these later years of our lives, I've come to realize it did affect them too. And it just breaks my heart. And if only she would have and could have just sat down with us and let us all talk about it, talk about our feelings, and ask her what really happened. Of course, we needed to do that to resolve things, but she couldn't handle that. She couldn't face it. And she tried to lay all blame on my dad. And of course, we know my dad wasn't perfect, but we also know she wasn't perfect. Because see, my dad would let us go see her in the summertime and school vacation time in the summer. My dad would take me to see her. And he'd tell me, stay as long as you want. When you get ready, just call me and I'll come get you. He never tried to keep me from her. like some people do. My dad never did that. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, I miss her. And me and Mom, there was a bunch of little things that we had in common, our likes and dislikes. And we enjoyed sharing those likes and dislikes, whenever she would allow herself to just enjoy visiting with me. We both love pastel colors. We both love flowers, pretty things. Looking in the wish books and saying, oh, I wish we could get this, get that. Oh, ain't that pretty, ain't that pretty. She liked to sew when she was younger. And I've always liked to sew. And she loved crochet, and I loved crochet. And there were some things that we had in common that we enjoyed together. I mean, we did have some good times together. Because, when I became a teenager, around 17, 18, well, I went to stay with Mom. I was old enough to make my own decisions, and I went, I could just take off and go stay with her. I wasn't in school anymore. I quit school after the 11th grade. So I went to see her. I showed up at her door, knocked on the door, she opened the door, and she just had this funny surprise look like this. Like, what are you doing here? She didn't want me, I could tell. But she took me in, and I could tell you a lot of things about how her lifestyle was then. But a lot of people have made their mistakes, and I've made mine. But I don't know if there's any other hurt in the world like the hurt of knowing that your own mother she really don't love you, or love you very much, or she don't really want you, or she's apathetic towards you, or maybe she resents you for some reason. I've always wondered, and I don't guess I'll ever have the answer, as to why Mom always had such a resentment towards me. And I wonder if it had something to do with the fact that when I was a little girl, a little 4-year-old girl, so every afternoon she'd put me down for a nap, and my brothers would be going to school. They was in elementary school. And there was a single man that lived several yards across the way from us in another house he was renting. We was renting a rock house way out between Ira Ann and El Dorado, renting a rock house. Those 2 rock houses are still there. Oh, I love that house. I made a video of it. But I love the house. I'd love to live in it. It needs some repairs. It needs the plumbing redone on it. Probably needs the electrical redone. It needs some repairs done where the floor underneath the house is solid concrete, and it's got a crack running through it where over the decades it's settled somewhere. But anyway, what was I going to say? But anyway, I miss my Mom, and I know that whatever troubles she had in her mind, in her emotional, mental health, she don't have those troubles anymore. The Lord's took care of it, and I know she's in heaven now. And but I wonder, and I'll always wonder. See, one day and she put me down for a nap. I guess I wasn't very sleepy. I woke up before she thought I'd be awoke. I looked all over the house. She wasn't there. I walked around the yard and everywhere. She wasn't nowhere around. There wasn't nowhere else to look. But went over to Mr. So-and-so. I know his name, but I don't want to say so-and-so. Went over to so-and-so's house looking for her. And being just a little 4-year-old girl, well, I didn't think, well, I got a knock first. Now, it was just a screen door there. I went in, so I just went on in, looked through. Wasn't nobody in the kitchen, the living room. Walked into the bedroom, and there was Mom under the covers with so-and-so. And you should have seen the looks on their faces. And she dove under, put her head under like that. And he said, "What are you doing here? Get out of here." And I stood there just like shocked, like, what the heck? He had to tell me twice, "Get out of here." So I went on back over to the house. And I don't have any memory after that of what happened. But I know that it wasn't very long. We didn't live there for a real long time before. It wasn't very long. We woke up one morning and Mom was gone. She had already, I guess the night before, she had packed her suitcase and all. Most of her clothes were gone. Her suitcase was gone. Her favorite jewelry was gone out of her jewelry box. I knew that she had left us. Nobody had to tell me. I was just a 4-year-old girl, but I knew Mom was gone. And I ran in there and I said, "Dad." So my dad had been sleeping and the boys all slept in the first bedroom, the bigger bedroom. Me and Mom slept in the other one. I went in there and I said, "Dad, Mama's gone." And he went in there and I said, "Look." He looked in there, looked at her clothes were gone, everything. And he didn't say nothing. He was real quiet. I know it broke Dad's heart. And I don't know if I had told him that I saw Mom over there in the bed with so-and-so or what. You know, being a little kid, I might have blabbed and told him. I didn't know what was going on. But it makes me wonder if I might have blabbed to Dad and she held that against me. It makes me wonder. Well, she didn't love Dad anymore anyway. And so they got divorced. And every time I saw her after that, all my life up until almost the time that she died, she badmouthed Dad and cussed him, tried to blame everything on him and blah, blah, blah. And I got so sick of hearing that. She just really blamed him for everything, which wasn't fair. But I love both my parents. They're both up in heaven now. And I know all that stuff is over with. I know it is, but I'm still sitting here in this old body with the memories up here in this old brain. And it still bothers me, and I miss Mom and Dad. I want to be with them. I want to be with my husband and my brothers and Mom and Dad and Granny and my great aunts and my great uncles that I didn't know and great grandparents, all of them that I didn't know. I want to be with them all up in heaven, where there ain't going to be no more heartache, sadness, or tears. We'll be happy, and we won't remember the former things. We won't remember any of this stuff on this earth, thank God. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to y'all about it because it's been bothering me. That's why I've been having funny dreams like that about Mom. I miss my mom. It don't help none. I have 2 daughters that don't want to have anything to do with me. Ones that I gave up for adoption. One of them despises me because I'm not a liberal Democrat. And I don't know why people think you gotta hate each other because of political difference. We don't have to hate each other. What we need to do is put our trust in God, regardless of what men are doing in this world. And my youngest daughter, she's very narcissistic. Things don't bother her like they do me. Things don't break her heart like they do me. She can act like it does, though. She's a good actress. You know how narcissists are. They can put on a real good act. So it just sucks. I don't have my parents anymore. I don't have my daughters. My brothers live a long ways from here. So I don't see them very often. And one of my brothers' health is bad. We never know what's going to happen next. You have to keep trusting the Lord. It's getting plumb dark in here. I mean, look how dark it is. You can't see the purse hardly now. But I got it pinned down. Now I'm going to sew this on. So I just wanted to talk to y'all about that. I don't have anybody else to talk to about things. So I'll see y'all later, and hopefully I'll have a cheerful video for you. I've been so lazy lately. I have to make myself get anything done. I mean, it's been hard for me to just get out of bed. I hadn't wanted to get out of bed. I think it's depression. And it's not a brain chemistry depression. It's because I miss my mom and dad so much. And I don't even have my daughters. And I have 2 real good friends who I love dearly. They're good people. They both live far away. So we keep in touch through the phone. But it's not the same as getting to spend time with somebody in person. I know my 2 friends, they're depressed too because their health. One of them's 72. She might be 73 now. I don't know when her birthday is. But she's got arthritis so bad. She's crippled up. She can't hardly even stand up. She can barely stand up and walk at all anymore. Now her hands are bothering her. And my other friend, she's 61. She's only 3 months older than me. And she's bedridden, completely bedridden with arthritis. She's in a nursing home. So I try to keep in touch with her and send her a little something in the mail when I can. Try to cheer her up. There's a lot of heartbreaking crap in this life. A lot of heartbreaking crap. We just have to hang in there and keep our eyes on the Lord Jesus and try to encourage each other and reach out to each other. I know it's a problem nowadays where most people just don't have time for others. They don't have time. I don't know. I don't know what it would take to have time for others. I don't know. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.